Hello, everybody. Welcome back to another inning of Game Chat. This is episode 4, and this week we're talking horror games, specifically Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. Has this game revived the horror genre? It seems like since the loss of PT that came out last year on PlayStation 4, since the loss of PT, or as we know what it was supposed to be, Silent Hills from the combined developers of Kojima Entertainment and Guillermo del Toro, which would have been a fantastic just concept for a dynamic duo of a horror game. And obviously the playable teaser PT on PlayStation 4 was a huge sort of caught people off guard type of deal with this constant loop puzzle and mini horror teaser for what would have been the Silent Hills game, which would have been available for all 3 platforms, starring Norman Reedus as the main character. It seems like after that game got canceled, because obviously Kojima has had issues with his company, seems like after that game got canceled that there was a lot of heart that was lost throughout the horror community for what could have been a phenomenal horror game, what could have been a groundbreaking horror game for the series. But we've slowly seen a revival in the last, I'd say, 6 to 7 months of the horror genre. And small games like Allison Road, which I'm sure a lot of you guys have no idea what the hell I'm talking about. Allison Road is the PT successor. However, it's a different sort of game. I don't know how it is in development right now because I've only seen a little bit. I do know it is in development. It's now been canceled. There's still plans for it. But Allison Road is a game like PT. It's in a creepy house with a lot of first-person narrative going on, and it's just like PT. You got a lot of looping and some scary shit that happens, and I really don't know much more about the game besides trailers on YouTube. Feel free to look it up. Allison Road, that's the name of it. And so I know that it's in development right now. Games like Outlast, that Outlast 1 was an incredibly popular hit on Xbox and PlayStation 4, and now that's going to be Outlast 2 coming out later this year, which a lot of us are excited for. And then a small, really hit that not too many people know about on Xbox, Layers of Fear. Actually, it's not just an Xbox, sorry. You can get that on PlayStation 4 and PC also. Layers of Fear is a huge hit. Not a very long game, but a very effective game by the very talented creators of named Bluebird Team. Very good game, Layers of Fear. I played that. If you guys want to check that out in my series, that happened a long time ago, but you guys can find that on my channel anyway. Layers of Fear was a great series, great cinematics, great storyline about a painter and his family having issues with his wife and his kids. Just a really great narrative with how that worked out. And I'm just trying to think here about horror games. Slender Man was obviously a very popular game for a long time, but we had just a little bit of a heap where we had horror games coming out that weren't, not too many horror games were doing great, and Resident Evil struggled mostly too. I mean, Resident Evil 4 was one of the last decent horror games I played since I was younger. There was a lot of really scary moments in that for me. Now the game's like just to breathe because, it's just like, it's not that scary anymore. But Resident Evil 5 failed to capture the horror that Resident Evil 4 brought to us because it was in Africa. There was a couple of moments in Resident Evil 5 where I was a little bit nervous, but not too much. And then Resident Evil 6 was just a complete drop-off from everything we know and love to come to Resident Evil 6, or to come to know the Resident Evil series. Resident Evil 6 was just a drop-off. I played the game. I did enjoy the storyline, but it wasn't there. And then Resident Evil 7 Biohazard brings the level of jump scare horror, thriller, and anxiety game to a new level. Obviously, a lot of you cannot take my word for it because a lot of you have not watched my Resident Evil 7 Biohazard series, which I highly recommend you do right now after this video is over with. And a lot of you have also never played Resident Evil 7 Biohazard because the game's only been out since Tuesday. It's not even been out for a week yet. So, it's kind of hard to explain it. But, I wasn't kidding the other day in the episode where I actually have anxiety when I'm loading the game up. And it's not just because, it's a fear of jump scares. It's the uncertainty of knowing what's not gonna, I'm not knowing what's gonna happen in the next playthrough. Because everything changes when you progress through this creepy mansion, this deserted place out in the bayou in Dovey, Louisiana. You just don't know what's going to happen. And I feel like for developers out there, they can take a lesson from Capcom, a company who's been very up and down with releasing games. And congratulations, by the way, for the launch of Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, which apparently has sold over 2.3 million copies already in the first less than 5 days, which is phenomenal. It's good to see them having success now with a horror game. But companies can learn from Biohazard with this, because this game, it hasn't gotten the most greatest reviews off the thing because of the content that is available, but the game is just, it is something I've never seen before. Like, I have different feelings when I play this game. It's hard to explain. You have to play it for yourself. But I'm not going to make this episode too long today because I want to get back to playing the game. And obviously, guys, the gameplay in the background, this is from the first episode of Biohazard. It is already used gameplay because obviously when we're playing the series, we're playing live, and I don't want to ruin anything for myself and or for you. So this is already used gameplay, just in case you've already seen it. Don't freak out about that. It's already used gameplay. But let me know your thoughts below, guys, in the comment section below. Has Capcom revived the horror genre with Resident Evil 7 Biohazard? I certainly think so, and you really have to try the game out for yourself and get a feel for the true horror and uncertainty of what's going to happen in the game. I'm sure there's going to be some things that are going to be fine predictable as I move closer on. It's about a 15-hour playthrough if you really take your time and enjoy the game. And I'm only 4 hours anyway, so I have a long ways to go yet. But let me know in the comments below, guys. What do you guys think about how strongly the horror genre has been playing into the video game industry in the last year and a year or two? Let me know what you think in the comments below. Message me on Twitter or Facebook, guys. And don't forget, too, my gamer tag is the same as my channel name. So if you guys want to add me on Xbox Live and, play with me, play Battlefield or something like that, be my guest. But that's going to be all for today's video, guys. Again, please go play Resident Evil 7 Biohazard. Even if you're not even a fan of it, go rent that in Redbox, because Redbox is a great thing. You pay $1 for 24 hours with the game. It's just brilliant. Try Redbox. But that's all for this video, guys. Stay tuned after this for the next episode of Resident Evil 7 Biohazard, because obviously I don't want to take a day off from this. So that'll be after this, guys. And then, yeah, have a good one.